Now we are going to look at how we calculate mean, median and mode for frequency tables. Okay, so frequency table. So whenever there is a frequency table, the first thing we always has to remember is we need to calculate the cumulative frequency. And first and foremost, let's see how we identify a frequency table. You can see in the X column there is no ranges, right? Only one value is given and frequencies are given, which means it is a normal frequency table. It will be a group data if X values were given in ranges, right? So after identifying, the first task whenever we get a frequency table is to calculate or to find out the cumulative frequencies. In this case we have cumulative frequencies. Okay, so let's see how we calculate mean, median and mode for frequency tables. The first thing, let's go with mode. Okay, so before going to mode, let me read the question. So this is example 13. It says Rebecca records the shirt color X of the male students in her year. The results are shown as follows, right? So this is the table that she has obtained. The X values represent the shirt collar size, and the frequencies are given as number of students. So our cumulative frequency total is 95, which means in her class there are, sorry, in her year there are 95 students. So let's see. So when we find mode, we have to go and see the frequency which occurs most commonly. So when we look at the frequencies, you can see the highest frequency is for 30. The highest frequency for one row is 34, right? Which means our cumulative the highest frequency is 34. The X value next to it is 16.5. So which means our mode is 16.5. Okay, 16.5 color size. So remember this point. Some students tend to go and look for the highest frequency from the cumulative frequency column. Don't do that. We have to go and look at the frequency which is the highest, and the X value that is next to it is the mode. Okay, now mean. How can we get mean? So previously what we have done to find out the mean was we have added all the datas, right? Here we have 95 sets of datas. So it's going to be difficult if you add all the 95 data. So we are going to follow a multiplication method here. So when we find mean, the first X value that is given to us is 15. So multiply that with the frequency, this one. Multiply, 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 multiply. Okay, so first let's multiply, and after multiplying we have to keep on adding. So 17 times 15.5 plus 16 times 29 plus 16.5 times 34 plus 17 times 12, and then divide this by the total of cumulative frequency, sigma f. Okay, total divided by the total of the cumulative frequencies. Okay, which means now we are going to get a total of 1537.5. We are going to divide this by 95, and our mean becomes 16.2. So 16.2 is our calculated mean. Okay, now we have to get back to our median. So when we go and look at our median, how do we calculate median? So when we try to calculate median, first thing, what is our median formula? Sigma f by n. Sorry, sigma f by 2. So sigma f, or the cumulative frequency total, now is 95. We divide this by 2. So 95 divided by 2 is going to be 47.5. Only a decimal occurred here, right? So if a decimal occurred, we round it off and take the 48th value. Now this is the tricky part, okay? Calculation is easy, okay. Now we need to go and see from the cumulative frequency tables to which x value will 48th value come, okay? So the first cumulative frequency is 3, in the second row it is 20, the third row it is 49. So as you can see, 48 will come in between 20 and 49, right? In between 20 and 49, so we always out of these two, so 48 comes between 20 and 49, right? So out of these two, which is the highest? 49, right? So we consider 49 and then go and see what is the x value, okay? So that x value is 16, so that is our median. So once again, 95 divided by 2, we get 47.5. So we round it off and take only the 48th value, right? After that, we go to the cumulative frequency table, cumulative frequency, okay, not the frequency. So cumulative frequency column of this table and see where will 48th value come. So we know 48 will be somewhere in between 20 and 49. 20 and 49, out of these two, the highest is 49, so we consider it. And when we go and see the x value in this row, it is 16, which means our median is 16.